Power Talk with Archana. This is your platform to grow your business. We help you turn your ideas into a brand, create its presence to reach your target audience. Welcome to my world as I collaborate with business leaders from across the globe. Power Talk with Archana brings to you power stories. Stories that inspire you, stories that inspire me. I have with me a very dear friend of mine, Rowena Agabao. She's a part of my network and based in United Arab Emirates. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. She's the author of the Amazon's best-selling book called The 15 Light Unto My Path. Rowena believes in the silver lining in the cloud. She believes in building bridges and removing barriers. She believes in living life to the fullest like there is no tomorrow. A full time managing partner in her firm, she is a much loved entrepreneur for her quality work in her sector of company incorporation, not only United Arab Emirates but also South of Asia. A hands on mom, she has many awards to her credit. Let's meet this very beautiful young author and find out about the light of her life. Hello, Rowena. How are you doing today?
Hi, Archana. I'm good afternoon to you. I'm so humbled with that introduction that you made and overflowing with humility. Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you. All is well. God is good.
Great, Rowena. Rowena, we are really, really happy to have you with us on our show today and so very excited to know about this Amazon's fastest selling book. Tell us one thing. What is this book all about? It has such a beautiful title to it. It talks about light, it talks about positivity. So, who inspired you to write this book?
The book, basically, the title is The Takeaway. The 15 Lights Unto My Path is finding your light. And that's me basically finding my lights from childhood up to where I am today. Um, these are 15 people that I've met through the journey from
Wow.
the younger times up to the present day. And I chose these people because of the great influence that they have made and the impact they have created in my life that led me to the
Wow.
right path. And at the current situation that we are in now, I believe it's the perfect time that we find that. It's always good to look on the positive side of things and situations, understanding the silver lining, finding motivation, finding the good in everything that we do. Although I know it's hard, this current situation is challenging indeed. The pandemic has affected everyone from all walks of life. And this book is a perfect timing for anyone who wants to find some moment of motivation to go on and pursue whatever he or she wants to do in life. Chana, and thank you so much for giving me this platform and this opportunity to promote it because I believe at this time we really need enlightenment. And we find this in many ways in the people that we meet every day. Maybe this book will be able you'll be able to realize by reading my book, you'll be able to understand that there are those people you fail to appreciate and give gratitude to for all the things that they've done for us because that's the reason why I wrote the book for me to appreciate them and say thank you to them for guiding me because for these are 14 people 15 plus the God Almighty and half of them already passed away so I believe they're also my guiding lights from above. And you mentioned,
Wow.
you've asked me also about who inspired me. There are a lot of them actually who inspired me to do this. It will be my family, my husband and my daughter, but on top of that is my mom because My mom is a firm believer that you can be anyone you choose to be as long as you find it within, do better, enhance it. And growing up, she has been the number one motivator in my life. She has been the number one fan. She said, I remember it clearly in my head. While I was writing this book, I was teary-eyed all the time when I was writing the chapter about her. Because she said that she's not afraid of leaving me into this world because she knows that I'm prepared for it. She knows that I have the strength and I can be somebody someday. So that's the force behind all the what I'm doing today. I mean, achievements wise, humility, being humble enough to accept that I face major challenges as well while doing all these things that I'm doing now. But I know for a fact that she's been guiding me all this time to do good and to achieve my best, maximum.
I think this is just so very beautiful, Rowena. This is really, really beautiful. So full of gratitude for their presence and all that they have done for us. Great. This is such a beautiful thought. So tell me one thing. I mean, this book is of course being sold out like hotcakes. But tell me one thing. Who do you want your book to be read by? Who is your target audience for this book?
That's a good question, Archana. When I was writing the book, I was confined to the idea that I don't want the book to be just solely for a specific age group or specific people. I want everyone who will read it to be able to connect and understand. So while I was writing, I was thinking of my 10-year-old daughter. I told myself that if she reads this, she'd be able to appreciate. So I made it a point that it's also good for children, that they will understand while they at a certain age that life is not easy, that life will be a journey. It will be ups and downs, triumphs, challenges, all mixed into one. And this is what I should have known this earlier, but it's good that I want to impart this to the young also, that it will be a long road. It's always good to appreciate people, understand relationships, build bridges, and while you're young, make sure you know that it will not be a perfect world for you. There will be struggles along the way. So the target audience or channel is everyone. Everyone who can read a book can read my book, and I hope I'd be able to inspire them in the same way that I was inspired by these 15 people in my book.
Wow, I think that's quite a wonderful and a beautiful thought there, Rowena. Because, whenever we get influenced in the early years of our life, those thoughts remain with us all our lives, throughout. And that really forms us to become the kind of people where we become, in our lives finally. And a book like this, I think it can be very impactful for children to read this. I think this is really a beautiful endeavor from your end to have kept that in mind and make it available for even children to go through it. That's really beautiful. So tell me, I mean, there are so many chapters in the book. Which is that one chapter which is really, really close to your heart, and why it's so dear to you?
It's so hard actually to choose because all chapters were made and written from the heart. And it's the people are family members, two grandmothers, two uncles, my husband, my daughter, my in-laws, a mentor in the UAE, two friends. So it's a mixture of everyone I spent good relationship with. But if I have to choose one, I would probably say it's chapter 14 about my daughter. So it's when I became a mother myself, and I realized the responsibility of bringing up a child into this world. There's so much joy, but there's also fear of doing the right thing, on how you'll be able to mold a young person and give so much hope with all the things that's happening around. And if I can just quickly share that it wasn't an easy journey for me because like giving birth, it's rather in the book also. I've written in the book, it's part of the book that I was in the hospital, I was alone in the delivery room. So not all women are privileged enough to be joined by someone here in the delivery room and welcomed by family members.
Yeah.
I didn't have that, but I didn't look into the negative side of that situation. I looked at the positive side that it made me stronger and a better mother. And also the idea that I have to know the basics on my own and learning from it. Because if there's someone I have depended on at that time, I would have just relied to that person. And unfortunately, my mom is not there anymore. She passed away while I was in my fourth year in college. So it was her actually. I'm calling, like her name, I'm calling to help me while I'm doing this. So that's just a part of the book. But that that moment made me realize the essence of being a woman, the strength of motherhood, and the joys of motherhood as well. The never
Yeah.
ending blessing that this
True.
little girl, my daughter, gave me, and she's my greatest blessing. I would say she is.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely. That's really amazing. Yes, of course, parenthood is something magical. It just brings out the best in you, and there is so much to learn from these bundle of joys. It just brings together your entire life so beautifully. Great. So, Rowena, tell me, I mean, the kind of people that you've met in your life, they have really, really influenced you so much so that you really wanted to put all your thoughts into a book. So, in different phases of life, these people who came into your life, what are those things that you really grabbed, that made you a better person?
Yeah, Archana, there are 15 chapters in the book, and there's so many points you can actually reflect on. Like in my case, when I was writing it, there's so many situations that I can now share for them to give them an insight on what's basically the content of the book. It's finding joy in what you do, basically do something that you love, appreciate that talent within. It's important that when you do something that you love what you're doing, because there's no point in wasting time doing something that doesn't make you happy, and that's very important. Number two would be creating a balance of being the best of everything. You can never be perfect. We're all human, but creating the right balance to be able to do the things that you want to do in life. You can all be a good mother, be a good entrepreneur, be a good wife at the same time, be a good friend, be a good sister. You can be also a good brother for all those male viewers of yours. So there's always a way of balancing things, and you can do it. If I did it, you can also do it. Number three is finding the good in people, because we have to understand that not all people will be good per se to you. There will always be situations beyond their control that they become a different person that they used to be. So people will be innately good, but they'll also be innately bad because of circumstances, and these you have to understand. And third would be fourth rather, would be love begets love. What you give, you receive. And it's always good to give back, because that person deserves to get the love back, because they've given that to you wholeheartedly. It's an obligation for you to give it back as well. And another fifth point would be understanding your mental situation. This is very important. Taking care of your mental health, because we invest so much time in being physically fit, eating the right food, but are we actually understanding that we also have mental weaknesses? And these is also one consideration, especially when you look at your personality as a whole. You just don't have to be physically healthy, you also need to be mentally healthy. There's point six would be appreciating mentors, understanding that there are people out there who are much bigger than you, especially your bosses, especially to those people who have higher ranks than you, because we tend to forget to draw the line of respect somehow, that they are in that position because we're meant to follow them. And it's also good always to understand the position of those people below you as well. So it's not just your bosses, but also subordinates. You have to understand that your subordinates have a voice. You have to listen to them and understand for a better relationship in the workplace. And one also good point is being sensitive to others' feelings. It's always important that it's not always a me situation. It's not always an I. A relationship to work requires a we. And that's the relationship I have with my husband. In the book, I've shared a glimpse of the marriage as well, our marriage, that it's not, for the reason of relationship goals, but I'm sharing it for young couples out there that marriage takes big, huge work. It's not like easy task, or it's hard work also. Similar to how you work hard in the work that you do, or in the office, or anything for that matter that you are currently doing. In marriage, it's always understanding your other half. That's why they're called better half, because it's meeting halfway. It's a we. It's never an I. Major decisions we do together. He respects my privacy. I respect his privacy. Although I haven't shared this in the book, but we have the habit of not reading our messages. So my messages is very private. He also, I don't read his messages as well, because it's important that trust is built there. It's something, you respect each other's privacy, but you share common interests. So it's also part of the book. And also in friendship, it's very important to understand also, point 9 is there will be friends who will be seasonal friends. And there will be friends like you haven't seen for a day, but it's like constantly you're together, or friends that you haven't seen for 10 years, but it's like you were together the previous day. So it's valuing friendship to the core. It's like tell me your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. It's more of that. Choose friends. It's not like I don't think it's a bad thing, but choose friends who will bring out the best in you. Who'll be there to say that you're wrong. Who'll be there to say that I love you, because saying those things are very important, not just in intimate relationships, but also in friendships, because it's important. It's a responsibility to keep the relationship together. And also a point 10 would be to share in the book is faith. And that's very important. Believing of someone more than you. And it makes you humble, because you know that someone out there is more powerful than you, no matter what. You might be thinking you're the best in everything, that you are capable of everything. But no, at the end of the day, you'll run to someone and kneel and seek for help. Because that's how it is. Life is not all bed of roses. You will stumble, you will bleed hard, you will fall hard, your face to the ground, but no one will be there to pick you up, only him. And that's chapter 15 of the book. I believe in him as the Almighty, that's behind all these these things that are happening around the world, there's someone out there still looking for us, each
Wow.
and every one of us.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
that's the
Rowena, we
gist
can.
basically of the book.
Wow. It's absolutely beautiful, Rowena. We can literally see that this book is quite a reflection of your life and how these people have really influenced you in your life. Great, amazing. So, seeing that this is a reflection of your life, who would you like to dedicate this book to?
This book initially, I told myself when I was writing that it's for them, the 15 lights of my life. I'm writing this for them because
Wow.
I am not who I am today if not for them. I wouldn't be in
Wow.
this situation where
Wow.
I found the where I am supposed to be because I've never imagined myself being able to write, being able to own my own company now, with a family, raising a daughter. These were just dreams when I was young. But I never realized I will be that at this point in my life. So I'm very grateful and I'll always appreciate that. And
Wow.
this is actually for them, but now with the current pandemic and all, with the current situation we are in, it's for everyone. I realized that I've written this for everyone. It's supposed to be read by everyone to shed light on whatever the darkness that they're going through. Look at that little light at the end of the tunnel, and I encourage everyone who's going through
Wow.
struggles and challenges to look into that. And hopefully this book will you'll be able to realize all the positives, all the good people you met, and find a turning point to be able to go on and move forward.
Amazing, amazing. I'm sure it surely will. And what a beautiful way to express your gratitude for the people who helped you transform your life to a person you are today. Amazing. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure to have you with us and discuss about this wonderful book. So, as we wind up this conversation with you, Rowena, please tell us how can readers find your book?
Oh, thank you, Shana. Thank you also for this opportunity for your platform and for the invite. I really had fun doing this with you. To all your viewers, I hope you get a copy. It's available on Amazon. The book is available on Amazon. The book also is available on PayHip in the UAE. And of course, please purchase it. You can purchase it through our channel's website. Yeah, it's going to be. I hope you can post it later on your website also, so you can easily go to her website to purchase my book. And that's it. So Amazon, PayHip, plus our channel's website.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. We wish you all the best and heartiest congratulations for your book. And we hope to have another book from you very soon. We wish you all the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful life ahead.
Mm,